Exciting. I hope that you have a good night with us this evening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, evening. Welcome to DuePoint. We're going to spend about an hour talking about DuePoint this evening. I promise I'm very charismatic. I'll try and keep you awake through Pooza Thursday, first Thursday of the month. We want to get you up and running, keep your minds fresh and ready for the month of June. Can you believe that it's June tonight? Can you believe it's June? I don't know. I still feel like it's January and it's June. Winter will have vanished. We'll be back in summer and we won't have even noticed, okay? But it's good to have you out here on this cold, dark evening. And I hope we can do something good and fun with you this evening. You have, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick announcement before we get into the evening. Wealth engineers particularly, obviously security is always a big issue in office parks. And this park particularly, it's a very high-class office park, as you've seen, wants to keep their security levels up as high as possible. So they've asked us that all wealth engineers book themselves in through our Eventbrite process every presentation, okay, going forward. Please do that. It just has to be you. It doesn't have to be your guest, because we know sometimes your guests come, sometimes they don't. Just you. So don't go and put 18 people coming. You don't have to do that. Just put your own name in and then arrive. It just means at the gate then they can tick your name off and any guest then can come in with you, okay? They probably won't turn you away, but to prevent that from happening, just book in. So you know how to do it on your app. You go to live, you go to events, and you book in. Or on our website, you just click events, click the event, and book your ticket. So just know that going forward. Tonight is Thematic Thursday. So those of you who are coming, well, you've got a 1 in 4 chance of coming to a thematic Thursday evening in an entire year. We only run 4 of them a year, once every 3 months. And so it's your good luck tonight. And for the wealth engineers that are here this evening, you know tonight is all about XP. So make sure you are maximizing this evening. The next time this comes around will be 3 months from now. So you want to maximize this evening. Now what we do on Thematic Thursday is we take the DuePoint business apart. Tonight is a great night to be here because we as in the royal we, will be asking the question why this evening. Why to everything about DuePoint? Why DuePoint? Why the model? Why we chose it? We're going to ask the question why. This will assist you in answering some questions that you might have, but for the wealth engineers particularly, this is an opportunity for you to also learn. Learn why we did it. There was method in all the madness that we did when we put the DuePoint system together, which we're going to be talking about this evening, and that is Thematic Thursday. So let's get started. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That is a listed and licensed life insurance and short-term insurance company. Have a look outside. Look at all of our certificates. Look us up online. You will find we have been around for quite some time. First registered in 1952. Constantia is 65 plus years old. So if you think that this is like a new thing that's just come out of nowhere, you'd never heard about it before, I promise you this is not a new thing. DuePoint, the division, is new. We conceived it in 2015, but the company is very well established. And that, in a sense, I want this evening is to give you some comfort. I mean, I don't know if you saw what was happening in the newspapers today. If we didn't have any comfort in South Africa before, we've definitely had what we had left taken away today. Okay, it's just like it is a complete nightmare out there, and we know that there's lots of stuff coming and going and coming and going in the economy, and I want you to feel comfort tonight that you're dealing with a well-established company. So have a look around you. You can see what's here and be comfortable with it. We are, of course, a registered financial services provider. There's our FSP number. Our license is on the wall outside, and you can look us up on the FSB's website. I also want you to get to know and be comfortable with the team. The most important part of the team is that we're right here. This is a South African homegrown company. All of us are right here and in the building. In fact, I believe all of us are right here this evening, something that also only happens once every 3 months. And so you can meet and see all of us, and we are all real and here. You know, we've got intellect and beauty on this side, and the scale kind of varies across here. I am Brendan Benfield. I'm the senior executive here and the founder of the division. I'm a chartered accountant, visiting fellow of MIT, spent 20-odd years in the space, founded and run my own insurance company called Prime Meridian Direct down the road. Some of you may know it. I've got all of the credentials, but that's not important. You can go online and you'll find the prisoner in Russia. He's also got all the credentials. The problem with him is he's there and I'm here. And we've had a little lady here who's a very powerful lady that works with us, and she said, Brendan, the reason I joined DuePoint was because if it went wrong, I knew where you were. And I find that a bit disturbing, actually. But it is the truth about DuePoint. And we got Tim Reynolds over here. Tim Reynolds, our banking expert. When he joined, he thought he'd be using his banking expertise in DuePoint, but he's not. He's sitting over there doing the live feed for us. He's spent the last 15 years in the banking industry working with the executive team at the first RAND Group, FNB, RMB. He's also a chartered accountant. We went to university together, incidentally. So I know him well, and you will get to know him well in time here at DuePoint as well. And we've got Stacey. Stacey's our resident auditor. She comes out of Deloitte, also an old hunting ground of mine. I'm a chartered accountant, spent my article years at Deloitte as well. But she spent some time both locally and internationally with them, brings technical expertise to the team with us. Then we've got Jane. Jane is our foreign correspondent. She actually is a South African citizen, but she grew up and lived in England most of her life, where she got a lot of direct selling experience. She then moved to South Africa and has spent the last decade here in the direct selling space. So she brings to us some international flavor and ensures that we are doing things at a level that's very different to the other local companies. Then we got Rob over here. Rob's our design guy. Ran his own digital design firm for 15 years called Y that specialized in financial services, like Investex brand, for instance, was part of his team's work, and other brands like that. He knows what he's doing, and everything that you see and feel and touch here was designed by Rob. You can meet all of us afterwards, because the most important thing is we're right here. So you know the company you're dealing with, and you know the people that you're dealing with before we even start this evening. So what is it that we do at DuePoint? And this is where we're going to start asking the questions why, but let me at least tell you what we do. The first thing, our primary objective, and this is the one that people struggle with the most, is our primary objective at DuePoint is placing recurring, reliable income in the hands of South Africans. That is the exact opposite of what you read about in the newspaper today, where we were talking about 433,000 more people who are not having income placed in their hands every month. We here do that. We built a system and based off of our primary objective, which is to put income in the hands of South Africans. But not just put income in their hands that they can control and they can dictate. That is huge. That is proper freedom. That is proper emancipation that we have done and decided to do here at DuePoint. Now, most people think we're in this to make a profit. We are in it to make a profit, for sure. But that is secondary to our primary objective of making income for the hands of South Africans. Now, in time, you will learn this. In the beginning, you think this whole evening is just a marketing ploy. You will find that everything I say this evening is purely factual. Even though it might sound like I'm marketing to you, I am not. As you get to know us, you will know that what we say is factual. And fact number one is that we want to create income. So, why? Why did we want to create income in the hands of South Africans? Why was that an objective of ours? Well, it is actually a competitive opportunity. It's a competitive opportunity in South Africa. Right now, we are in an economy that is shrinking. It has been shrinking for the last 3 years. They say it's going to shrink again this year. We know that if in the 6 months or the 5 months, January to May, 433,000 other people become unemployed, that the economy is shrinking. This means that we cannot do business the old way anymore. We can't do it. I can't go and start another direct marketing insurance company. I already got one to start with. But I can't start another one because those are not working anymore. Not in the South African context. It is not working for us as a business to create another business in a failed classical format. So we needed to get creative about how we change it. Now, my passion was always to change the society I live in, to impact the people around us. So we brought that together and we said, what do we want to do with 21st century South Africans? 21st century South Africans are not going to get out of this economic hole with more jobs. They're not, because the more jobs are not going to come. We've seen it now for 20 years, haven't we? The more jobs are not coming. We have to start saying, we can't build an office and say, oh, we can hire another 500 people. Because that's it, it's 500 people. 500 people is such a small fraction of a percent of just the 433,000 people that became unemployed in the last 5 months that it is meaningless when you look at it compared to the 9.3 million unemployed people in South Africa. Starting another business was not going to be what we could do to solve it. So we said, what else can we do? And we said, what we can do is we can create something that empowers others to earn income without them having to be staff members in a new business. That is why we started this process. This would put us in a competitively advantageous position over our other competitors who were trying in a failed system of classical format over and over again that was just going to fail once again. We said, no, we're not going down that route. We'll do this differently. Now, if we can put income in the hands of South Africans, we can start addressing the symptoms. What do we see as the symptoms in South Africa? Well, there's a whole lot of them. We've got homelessness. We've got failure in infrastructure, no lights, water, sanitation, people living like that all the time. But we've got other things. We've got people stuck in a position where they don't earn enough every month, so they have to leverage themselves. It's worse. It's worse than being homeless. It's worse than having bad sanitation, because this doesn't ever die. It carries on. When you die, it stays around and then haunts your children. It is a permanent thing, debt, and it is something that has permanent impact on your life. When you don't pay, you get blacklisted, you can't get more credit. When you don't pay, they come and repossess the things that you had, and you go backwards from the lifestyle you were once living in. When you don't pay, everything starts falling apart on you. This is a terrible sickness. And we know it. It's pervasive because it's symptomatic of the South African economy. We don't earn enough to live. Just a couple of months ago, the research was saying that to pay for a house of 4, you need 7,400 Rand a month just to pay for the food for a household of 4 in South Africa today, if you give them the right calorie numbers and all of that jazz. The average income in South Africa is like 4,400 Rand. That's half of what you need just to pay for the food for a family of 4. It is a nightmare what is going on. And because of that, we leverage ourselves. And we've become complete experts at leveraging ourselves in South Africa. Better than anywhere else in the world, I reckon. I really reckon there should be some kind of competition. And we should compete, because I reckon we'd be gold medalists in that. Man, we can create debt out of everything. Out of everything. I think it's appalling. You know, they come out, Telkom's new credit card. I'm appalled that the telephone company is now handing out credit cards. Have we not got enough debt already in South Africa? You can get credit from flippin' clothes shops. That's a new invention. That wasn't around in the 1990s. That's something that's happened the last 10 years. Why? Because the clothes shops know you don't have the money to buy their clothes. So don't borrow. You can buy it on credit. And then I'll put 45% interest per annum on it. We also, don't go like that. You all suckered for it already. Let me open any of your wallets. You were like, what? I get $1,000 free for opening my account? Let's do it. All of you have got the credit cards in your wallet. You've got it. We've got it in every angle. I mean, look at the system that we've got. We've got it everywhere. That's completely stymied us, and yet more and more people are losing their jobs every single year. How do you pay that debt off if you're losing your job? Tonight, the question I want burning in your heads, whether you like what you hear tonight or not, is what is your backup plan right now? Most of you in this room are employed. Okay, great. You are one of a shrinking percentage. What happens when you become part of the majority percentage? You know that's happening, hey? You will get there. Don't believe for a minute you're like, no, I'm a chartered accountant. I'll be fine. No, you're not. Right now, people are being retrenched who are executives, CEOs. Because the economy is shrinking, everybody suffers from it. What's the backup plan? People think like they poo-poo me at this stage. Backup plan. No. You know, it's all worth poo-pooing until the day you lose your job and you still have to pay for your rent, you still have to pay for your food, you still have to pay for your petrol, you still have to pay your medical aid. Then suddenly it's real. I'm talking mainly to people of my pigmentation, because they're like, no, I'm not going to do anything. I need a real job. You need a real job? The real jobs that are shrinking, those ones, you need one of those. Guys, we need to start saying to ourselves, what is the backup plan? You are at DuePoint, we expect none of you to quit your jobs. Never, ever. But at DuePoint, we're saying, have you got something in the pipeline that can catch you? Because we have to, as South Africans, today proved it. We have to have something else in the pipeline. You know, you go anywhere else in Africa. You go anywhere else in Africa, and everybody's got 5 jobs. Everybody. They're working at night. They've got their own thing going on. During the day, they've got a job. They do a bit of network marketing on the side. Here in South Africa, it's like, no. I'm too busy. I've got no time. I have to work from 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. There's no time left. Okay? It's nonsense. And they've learned the lesson already. We're going to learn the lesson here in South Africa unless we start building a backup plan. We're going to learn it. The old way of getting a job, it's dead. Does not work, not only in Africa, in the global context today. Go do some research. The whole world is in the position we're in right now. It's happening. And we believe that if we can tackle this income, put it in your hands, we can start getting rid of this debt. Start eliminating it in your life. Start eliminating the need for it because you've got the cash to buy. You don't have to get debt from Edgar's. You've got the cash to buy from Edgar's. That's what we want to do. That's the first thing. The second thing, of course, is we want to start preparing you for the future. It's one thing to say, hey, we need a backup plan for now. We've got to survive now. We've got to increase our income now. What happens one day when you physically can't work anymore? You can't work on anything. You physically cannot work on anything. When you get to 65, 70, 75, it becomes extremely difficult to get a job, to maintain a job, or to even work, even if it's for yourself. What happens then? Research is saying that we're going to be living somewhere up to between 90 and 105. Just pick the age group. If you're around 40 now, you're going to live to about 95-ish. If you're 30s right now, you're going to be living to 100. If you're my kids' age, you're going to be living to 110, 115, 120. Now, at 65, 70, 75, you quit your job. How many years of supporting yourself are we looking at? How many years? But if we can create an income that's in your hands that recurs reliably every month, whether you're working or whether you're not, whether you're stuck in hospital, incapacitated, or just too old, it's there every single month. All of a sudden, what you need to retire, which is very material, and none of you are going to make it because none of us are going to make it, suddenly all of this goes away. And we have solved what we wanted to do and been competitive in the 21st century market that is going to become South Africa. That's what we've done. All right, that's our primary objective at DuPoint. The secondary objective that we have at DuPoint is that we want to modernize into the 21st century. We as consumers consume differently. So people have said to me, why is everything at DuPoint online? Why is it online? Why don't we have paper application forms? Why don't we have brochures? Why don't we have offices around the country? Why don't we have all of these things? That question comes up constantly. Brendan, will you be opening an office in Cape Town? Will you be opening No, this is it. Because everything we have is online. Well, why is it online? Well, because all of us are changing the way we consume. I hate filling out forms. I find it insulting. Don't you love it? You go to the hospital. They've got you on the system. The time Brendan Benfield, there's all my, can you please fill this form out? But it's the same information that's on there. I don't want to fill it out anymore. My parents used to do it because there was no computer. So they fill it. I don't want to do it anymore. A friend of mine, he's quite a wealthy guy, drives a Porsche. He had 5 Porsches in the last 5 years. You know we're the highest Porsche owners in the world per capita in South Africa. Shrinking economy, massive unemployment. We still credit Porsche. That's what I want, a Porsche. I don't want a house. I want my Porsche. Okay. Anyway, he's one of these guys. Lives in a house that's about this big. But he's had 5 Porsches in the last 10 years. Anyway, he goes, they got everything. You walk in the door, it's like facial recognition technology. You walk in, and they're like, Mr. Benfield. I'm like, who are you? You don't know me? No, I know. They know you. You walk in the door. Can I help you? You want to buy a new car? If you click this button, we get you credit for your new Porsche. Just push this button here, okay? Then you go around to the service department, and you bring your car in to the service department, and they go, can you please fill this form out? And I'm like, no. I'm not filling forms out. None of us want to fill forms out anymore. There's too many errors on manual applications. We got a data capture, then the data capture messes up the error that you messed up, and now it's twice the error. All of that we don't do anymore. The other thing, of course, is that if I have to do the presentation live like this all the time, you get 1 hour a day with me. Right now, with everything online, you get us 365, 24/7, anywhere in the world. That's what you get. As consumers, we want direct input into the heart of the companies that are providing products to us. And at DuPoint, you have a direct pipeline into the heart of DuPoint Constantia. At any point of the time during the day, you can pull a brand new, fresh policy document out of your phone, out of your computer, out of your tablet with us. One button, click, can be 2 o'clock in the morning. I want to see my policy document. Click, boop, up on your screen it comes. If you have a manual policy document, you lose it. And then at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're panicking, okay, with your dead mom lying next to you. Well, I'm never going to get the benefit of her dying. This is the problem. Right now, only one person got that. Come on. Come on. Hey, one person got it, Why is there panic over the dead mom? Because we're not going to get the insurance. Huh? All right, good. At least one person was appalled at that. All right. Folks, right now you've got everything at your fingertips with us. That is the way we want to be in the 21st century. That is the way DuePoint is in the 21st century. It is why we built everything online, and you all have that direct pipe to the heart of our business. Folks, the DuePoint system that encompasses these two objectives is what we created, and it is very simple. What it does is it allows you as individuals to become what we call wealth engineers. You are engineers of your wealth. People are like, where'd you come up with the name? Because we sat down and we said, what did we want South Africans to do? We want them to start engineering their own wealth. No one else is going to do it for them. Okay? Look around and see. Saw a lovely article today, so after the statistics, saying, who actually is getting rich in South Africa? Any guesses? Yeah, you can guess who they are. Yeah, okay. The rest of us are not getting rich, but they're going, it's the rich monopoly capital. No, dude, it's you. You're the one doing it. They're not coming to our rescue. They haven't for 20 years, have they? Nobody's rescued. Doesn't matter what skin color you are, no one's being rescued. Okay? We're all losing. You now have to start engineering your wealth. You have to engineer it, and so you become a wealth engineer with DuePoint. You have one task. There's one thing you've got to do to engineer your wealth with us, and that is to introduce people to DuePoint. Connect us to people. That's it. You don't do any selling. You don't do anything. I'm going to show you in a minute. You do one thing. You connect people to us. By connecting people to us, you reach everyone in South Africa, and you create for us market penetration. You start creating channels of distribution into which we can come and facilitate the purchase of our products. We as DuePoint can. And when we do that, we create revenue for ourselves. When we create revenue for ourselves, we create an extra income for you. An extra income. It is built on a recurring basis, the primary function of what we're trying to do at DuePoint. How do we do that? Well, first of all, you're not peddling goods here. You don't have to be worried that you're not going to have to go out and embarrass yourself in front of your friends and, mess up your social network because you've got to go and sell them energy drinks and tablets and cleaning agents and deer antler velvet mouth spray and I've seen the works. Really, you don't have to sell them the stuff because that doesn't create recurring income. It does. Every month you have to go and sell again to these people, don't you? You have to go, and then they're like, I don't like that energy drink, or I'm still using the cleaning agent, I'm not going to buy more this month, and your income is down again. That is not recurring. We use financial services and lifestyle products here that run on a debit order system, and are products you have for life. You have them for life, which means that every month the debit order runs off, every month the debit order is paid, your earnings come through. This is how you create an income that's there when you are sick in hospital and can't work, when you're too old to work, when you're out the country and can't work. It's coming in every month off of a system. You are not running around selling and peddling goods. All of that is eliminated in the DuePoint system. Certainly couldn't be a 21st century company and still be doing that. The second thing it does is it allows you to go beyond yourself. This is something that few of us understand, actually. 99% of South Africans, most people around the world, are employed. And when you're employed, you cannot leverage yourself. You are only empowered to do what your two hands can do in the 8 hours of the day. That's all you can. The boss above you or at the top, he is leveraging you. He can't do more than 8 hours worth of work, but he's multiplied himself out in you. Okay? He's multiplied himself and leveraged himself. We do the same thing here. We allow you to create these channels, these teams of individuals that all work together with you to create bigger channels and more income for you. Now, this is the exact opposite environment to what you're experiencing now, because at work, everyone around you is your competition. Is it not? It's your competition. And so there's 5 management positions and 50 of you vying for it. And you know that the 5 guys who are the closest friends with the current manager are the guys who are going to get the job, whether they're good or not. You know that that's call it company politics. It's a reality. The exact opposite exists here. In this environment, everybody's success increases your success. And so you love the fact that people are succeeding around you because it helps you succeed. This is the kind of environment that will start repairing some of the brokenness we have in the South African context. Instead of tearing each other apart and down all the time, we can start working together for our absolute gain instead of individual gain. Now, there was this famous journalist once who was interviewing an old government, it was back in the 80s, I remember. He was interviewing a construction guy who was building roads, and he said, why have you got no machines here? I just see like hundreds of guys with spades, with shovels. Why have you not brought some machines? You can do the work much better. He says, no. We can't do that because then we won't be hiring labor. We won't be employing people. So the journalist very cleverly said to the guy, no, but then why have you given them spades? Give them spoons. You could bring in 100,000 more guys then to dig this trench. What people forget is that spade is a chain to the ground. It's a chain to the ground, like your job is. When you have a job, somebody's given you a spade. How much potential have you got with a spade? How far can you go with that spade? You know, when I talk to the youngsters particularly, they're like, no, I'm invincible. I'm going to become a chartered accountant. I might get a law degree as well, and then I'm going straight to the top. No, you're not. You're not. There's 51 million people competing for those 1,000 jobs at the top. You are not going to get there. By getting a job, someone has given you a spade. Now, if you bring the machines in, okay, yes, a whole lot of people don't get to dig the trench, so they are unemployed, but those machines mean you can set an infrastructure in place that will employ millions. You could never do that with the spades. Now, when you come and you join the DuePoint system, what we have created here, the reason why we created it is because we didn't want to give people spades anymore. We wanted to give them machines. If everybody in South Africa is driving a Caterpillar, how much bigger can we make South Africa than if everybody has a spade? We have to start changing the way we think about earning. You cannot have a job, it's a spade, and you can only do so much with it. With us, it is a machine, and you can multiply and leverage yourself through the system that we have created. And that's why we chose direct selling. People are, why do you choose direct selling? Everybody hates that. They're embarrassed by it. There's all these fringe companies that steal everybody's money. Well, like, listen, the fringe companies just saw how good direct selling was. So they used the same mechanism. It's not that the mechanism is broken. The mechanism is, in fact, the fastest growing mechanism in the world. Right now, the DSA released their stats just a month or two ago. That's the Direct Selling Association of South Africa. They said the only industry in South Africa that is growing right now is direct marketing. And how much is it growing by? 17% per annum. 17%. The economy is shrinking at 4%, and this industry in South Africa is growing at 17% because it puts machines in the hands of people, not spades. That's why we chose it. That's what we're doing here. All right. Now, how much risk are you in for tonight? How much risk are you in for? What is it going to cost you to be a wealth engineer? It's going to cost you nothing. Because that's the other thing that we keep losing out on in South Africa. People keep taking our money. You know, most of you have probably been involved somewhere or another where they go, just put 10,000 Rand and then you're in. And what happens to my 10,000 Rand? No, you need to find 5 other people to put 10,000 Rand in too, and I'll give you 20,000 back. That's nonsense. Then you lose your money. It's gone. In the DuePoint system, you pay nothing more than your product with Constantia. There are no startup fees. You're not buying a box of starter kit stuff tonight. There's no cost for you to sign the application form. There's no cost to get more application forms. They're all online. They're free. There is no monthly business fee or admin fee or marketing fee. There are no costs for being a wealth engineer. By simply being a product owner here at DuePoint, you are a wealth engineer. There is no extra charge in this thing for you. It is a tool that we want you to use to help us penetrate the market in South Africa. So it is completely risk-free this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, do not believe you'll be spending or wasting any money on this. And then I get all the clever people. Yeah, but what's the catch? What's the catch? So it's in the front. We should mark up the front row here. Some good ones. But what's the catch? What's the catch? Well, here's the catch. You have to have a product. Okay, we're going to talk about them in a minute. Peanuts. Okay, literally peanuts. I'll tell you that. And the second thing is you're going to put time in. That's what you're going to spend. You're going to spend time. And we're going to talk about it in a minute. All right. What else it doesn't require is it doesn't require any form of qualification. None at all. You are not representatives of ours. So the other clever people in the room go, no, but now we're financial services. No, you are not representatives of ours. You are not brokers of ours. You're not financial advisors of ours. And you're not marketers of ours. You are none of these things. You are independent contractors, and you have one task, and that is to connect people to us. And we do the rest of the work. How do we do the rest of the work? Well, there's 4 ways you can introduce people to DuePoint. 4 really easy. We think we covered them all. If you can think of another way, you let me know. First of all, you can buy a USB stick with our presentations on. You can get it here at reception. It's 150 Rand. You've got a USB stick. You plug it into a smart TV, laptop, computer, and there I am on the screen giving the presentation for you. You don't even have to open your mouth, okay? Second way, put people in the room. Here, if you're in Gauteng or close to here, Monday to Saturday, we run presentations. Nighttime, lunchtime, mornings, any time to suit you, we're here. That's 2. 3, you can go to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has hundreds and hundreds of presentations on. Go through them, find your favorite one, and use those ones for you. Anytime. It can be 2 o'clock in the morning. Flick on YouTube, pick your favorite one. It's like McDonald's. You get the same quality every single time. There's only 2 of us that present. Sometimes Tim helps us. You know Big Mac, you get a Big Mac every time. When it's your friend that has to do the presentation, you're not sure what you're going to get, okay? Here you know every time. You click, you pick a video, click, you don't even have to be in the room. You know what quality will come out. And then the fourth way is we live stream every one of our presentations. So anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, when we're running a presentation, you can have people tune in and watch us live and in living color. So that's 4 ways to connect people to us, and that's all you've got to do. So what do you got to say to them? People are always saying to me, Brendan, I don't know what to say if I can't talk about your products and all that. This is the mindset shift that has to occur. What we sell here, what DuePoint's product is, in terms of you, the wealth engineer, is lifetime recurring income. After this presentation, you will have forgotten that. You're going to come to me and you're going to say, Brendan, when I am trying to sell your investment plan to my friends, what should I say? And I will say, you are asking the wrong question because you are never selling anything. You do not form any part of the sales transaction here. Your task is to say to people, we've got a problem in this country. We do not have enough income. We have no opportunity, and we do not have a backup plan. I've got a backup plan. I need 60 minutes. Come. And you do. USB stick, put them in here, YouTube channel, or watch live. That's what you do. That's it. You don't talk about anything else on it because you're never going to sell our products. That's my job. Okay? Your job is to connect people to us. All right. Then, you are building an asset. Now, this sounds like the marketing pitch again. It is not the marketing pitch. Because we have actually created a system that actually creates recurring income, you now have something that can be priced. Like any business, when you come as accountants and you want to value a business, you say, well, what's your income? What's your annual income? Well, I can see it's this much, so then we say, well, then we can expand it out over the years, and then we can present value it, and we have a value for your business. There's a very simple way of what we do, but that's basically what we do. Now, with your channel that you have created here, you have the ability to do the same thing. You go out and you say, I've got a channel that's producing 5,000 Rand a month. I would like to sell it to somebody else. They will look at it, they will give you a value, and say, sure, I'll give you 25,000 Rand for your channel, 5 months of earnings. See what I'm saying? You now have something that you can sell. This is completely different to your experience up until now. You have nothing that you can sell. When you lose your jobs now, you've got nothing. It's done. Your income ends right there. You've got no equity at all in what you are doing. The years that you have thrown away have been for nothing. Now that sounds like I'm dramatizing. I am not dramatizing. Go work it out. You are worth nothing. In fact, most of you are worth minus. Okay? That's the majority of South Africans. It's worth minus. There's no equity. We are now giving you something that as you pour your time in, you create equity. And that means that you have an asset that can be sold and transferred and will outlive you. When you pass away one day, instead of us at DuePoint having created a spade for you that then is worthless, we have created a machine that you can hand over to your children. And they will earn the income you have created and maybe possibly decide to continue to grow your channel and income. That is what happens. It is a real asset that you have with the DuePoint system. The second thing, or the last thing rather, is that, as I said, you do no selling. No selling whatsoever. None of you are on our license. I've had people say, yeah, but I'm a fully accredited financial blah, 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 blah. You're not on my license. Never, ever sell any of my products. We contract you out of it with our code of conduct, which you'll be signing this evening if you do become a wealth engineer. Your task is to bring people, not to sell. People say to me, so what are the 10 most common objections to this business? Well, I think we've addressed the one. Maybe we haven't. No, I'll get to it in a minute. But one of them is, I'm not a salesperson. I've had people, my own friends tell me that. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You don't sell. It's fantastic news. I'm a salesperson. I'll do it for you. I can do it better than you. You all suck. I'll do it. Okay? So don't come to me afterwards and don't insult the people who brought you here this evening by saying, no, I can't do this. I'm not a salesperson. Fantastic news. You never have to get on the stage. You never ever do any of our presentations, and you never have to sell. You form no part of our sales train. You simply connect people to DuePoint on the very real fact that we don't have a backup plan and we're sinking. And we need to start building a backup plan. That's your conversation with every individual going forward. So, how do you build a channel with us? Let's get into the meat and potatoes. You know now why we're doing this. Now let's talk about how we do this. We do it by you going out and talking to people and getting them in front of the DuePoint presentation in one of those 4 ways. We then do the presentation. Some of the people are going to buy into the vision of what we're doing, and some are not. It's just mathematical. There's nothing you can do about it. 65 out of 100 are going to say no. 35 are going to say yes. That's it. We do that. Those that say yes, we will add as wealth engineers to DuePoint, and they will be allocated to you, and your channel is born. Okay? They go out and do exactly the same thing. They'll bring people, and we'll present to them, and some of them will become wealth engineers. They just will. It just happens every time. It's happening every day here in our office. And your channel will grow. Soon you'll have people all over the place talking about DuePoint and expanding your channel and your earnings, possibly even while you sleep. We have people signing up between midnight and 6 every day. I don't know what they're doing in those hours, but they're seeing our site, our presentation, and signing up because this is a 24/7 business, because we are online. You can do this, and your channel grows, and as you sleep, your income is growing. Rob, the tall guy, always says that his dad said to him when he was growing up, whatever you do, whatever business it is, whatever employment it is, make sure it's one that creates income for you while you sleep. You want to be using all 24 hours of the day. You don't want to be stuck in just the 8 hours. It doesn't work. You need all 24. And that is what we create for you here. We then come along as DuePoint, not you, we, and we facilitate the purchase of our products in this channel you've now created for us. And your income is born. Now, let's address objection number 2. It's actually objection number 1. It's the most common one that comes out. It's the one your parents are going to tell you when you leave this evening all excited and tell them about DuePoint. This is what they're going to tell you. Pyramid scheme. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, scheme. Scheme is actually a good word, but it's been made bad now. It's like the S word, you know, scheme, scam. That's what they're going to tell you. So then I want you to ask your parents a couple of quick questions. They're going to say, Dad, ask me how much money I lost tonight. That's the first question I want to know. And they're going to say, I don't know, please tell me you didn't put 10,000 Rand into it, or 15,000 Rand. And you go, don't worry, nothing. Nothing tonight was paid. How much are you going to pay going forward? Nothing to be a wealth engineer. And I've got this awesome product of real value at its competitive price for no more than what I would have purchased it anywhere else. Sounds like a pyramid scheme to me, okay? It really does, okay? Now, if you understand the Consumer Protection Act, you will understand that a pyramid scheme is defined, and we so do not fall in that definition. Go read it. You'll read it and go, okay, I see that this is not a pyramid scheme. No, you will see there's no man at the top here. There isn't. Every one of you owns your own channel. You own your own channel. There's no guy at the top, and we're not all running away later. We're all South Africans, you know. We're all right here. This is the real deal. We have about 8 regulators that review us. We're listed on the JSE, so they regulate us. We are regulated by the FSB on our long-term, short-term, and medical licenses. So we get quarterly reviews by the FSB. They come and sit in on our board meetings and want to know what's going on, how things. I personally have done 2 presentations to the FSB on DuePoint over the last 24 months in their offices to all their heads of department. And I'm still here. I've got a lot of gray hair, but I'm here. Now, I would not be here if I was a pyramid scheme. So I had somebody the other side, no. I'm not saying you're an illegal pyramid scheme. I'm just saying you're a pyramid scheme. You cannot be a legal pyramid scheme. You are either an illegal pyramid scheme or you are a legitimate business. And this is a legitimate and genuine income earning. Now, so where does the catch come in? Here's where the catch comes in. Just like your career, just like starting and building a business, some of you have done that, it takes time to make money because it's real, sustainable, recurring, lifetime money. Which means you're not going to come in here and get rich overnight. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. No, you go to Facebook for those. Okay? Here, you make real money that lasts a real lifetime with real people who are here the whole way with you. But you're going to pour time in. And then this is where the other objection comes in. I don't have time. I work from 8 until 4:30 every day. I don't have time. Guys, welcome to the club of I don't have time. 7 o'clock on a Thursday night and I'm here. I don't have time. You don't have time. We have to make time because we are on a sinking ship. We have to make time. It is not an excuse. Do not insult your wealth engineer or the person who brought you here this evening by telling them, I don't have time for this. Nonsense. We all have time for this. This is not something that takes 16 to 20 hours a month or a week. This takes a few hours a month. A few, you're going to see it. A few hours a month that could dramatically change your life. Not an excuse. No one has time. No one has time. You've got to start saying, how do I start changing the real reality I'm in? Which is that we are really going nowhere, and we've got to have a backup plan. You've got to start thinking that. You are going to work hard with the DuePoint system to change your life. Don't let anybody fool you into believing this is easy. It is not easy. This is hard work, but at least you're not spending money on it. At least you're not spending money. That's the big, big difference between us and everyone else in the market right now, is that you do not lose money. Here at as far as we can make it, you do not lose money with the DuePoint system. All right, so there's two ways that you do make money, though, and this is very important. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment that is successfully collected via debit order in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment is made. So, for instance, you go out, you chat to a few people, they become wealth engineers on your first point. Those are people you directly introduced. They make their product payments via debit order. You get R27.50 times 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand. Not 1 Rand or 5 Rand or 12 Rand, 55 Rand. Real money in the 21st century. You can't buy anything for 5 Rand, you can't buy anything for 12 Rand. But at 55 Rand, we are now back in the realm of changing our economics individually. Now, these few folk go out and they bring a few more people to DuePoint. They become wealth engineers, make their payments, and again, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. Now, there's only a handful of dots on the screen. You've been here 5 minutes and you're making just under 1,000 Rand a month. Recurring, reliably, every month. Because you don't have to go back to any of them and sell them any type of mouth spray. Okay? There's a debit order system that works, and every month it raises that money. Every month you get your money. Okay? Just under 1,000. You haven't changed your life. You haven't changed your life, but you can feel it almost immediately with the DuePoint system. Now, as you continue to grow your channel, this R27.50 starts to decrease to your 8th point. But there is no limit to how big you can build your channel. Because from the 8th point onwards, wherever you qualify to earn, you will always get 4% of R27.50. Always. So if you build a channel that is 20 points big and you qualify to earn, you'll get 4% of R27.50 on the payments on that point. Maybe one day your kids take it over and they grow through their lives to 100 points. And someone on the 96th point makes a payment and they've qualified to earn, you'll get R27.50 times 4%. You are unlimited in your potential here at DuePoint. Unlimited. You can build this channel as big as you want. It will depend solely on you. And this is a wonderful freedom. If you were going to start your own business now, you'd need piles of capital, offices, staff, expertise, computer systems, auditors, regulators, compliance officers. You'd need all of this to start a business. And here we're saying, take one of our products. We'll do all of that for you, and you pour time into building money. You pour time into turning that spade into a machine. That's what we've put here for you. What does it translate into? Well, practically speaking, it's difficult for me to tell. People come to me, how many people do I need to do this? I don't know. It just depends on how you grow your channel. This is not a pyramid scheme. I've not worked out the numbers. Okay? What we've worked out, though, is that if you wanted to reasonably understand how much you can earn with the DuePoint system, we would have to take an average and conservative growth rate, which is what we did. We took 2 decades of information, ran a whole lot of maths on it, and came up with what we call the 3+2 growth formula. What it says is that in your first month with us as a wealth engineer, put just 3 people, for those of you who know time, okay, just 3 people on your first point in an entire month. That's 3 people spoken to in an entire month. Then every month thereafter, you put just 2 people on your first point, 1 every 2 weeks. I'm sure that'll fit into your busy schedule. 1 person every 2 weeks. And you work with these guys to do the same. Then we apply maths. We get rid of our cancellations, lapses, people not doing the 3+2 growth formula. We put that all together. And we believe that if you can apply yourselves persistently for 6 months like that, you can reasonably expect to be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. Now, Some people go, no, that's not enough. I'm not putting 6 months in for 2,500. On Facebook, they said I'd be on 100,000 after 3 months. Yeah, this is recurring, reliable, sustainable income. This is like any one of your careers. They didn't, your first year of your career, they didn't give you a 2,500 rand raise in your first 6 months. You had to wait the full 12 months. Here you've grown your income to 30,000 rand a year in 6 months. Now, if you can push through to 12 months, 12 months of applying yourself to this business, we reckon you'll be on about 9,000 to 10,000 rand a month. That's 120,000 rand a year you've increased your household income by in 1 year with DuePoint. It's not 100,000 rand a month, that's nonsense. It's just nonsense, it's not real. But 10,000 rand a month after 12 months, that's real. And it starts to change things at 10 grand. You know, however much you're earning, you're going to feel that 10 grand coming, and it's in every month. You're sick for a month, you can't go to work, they don't pay you. But you get your 10 grand in from DuePoint. That's what we're trying to do. That's the backup plan that we're making for you. If you can push through to 2 years with us, 24 months, okay? That's quite long. In the South African context, we always want everything now. But I'm talking 2 years. So it's 2019, this time 2019. We reckon you'll be earning about 27,000 to 30,000 rand a month. 360,000 rand a year in 2 years with us. 360,000. It doesn't matter how much you're earning now, guys. It really doesn't. And this is where I get like frustrated with people who are like, no, what I need is another shovel, another job. I'm like, no, 2 years with us. And I can put you in a position reasonably that you can expect to be earning about 30,000 rand a month. 30,000 rand a month. That's the tool we've got here. Can you push through 3 years with us? If you can do 3 years with us, we reckon you'll be on about 45 to 50,000 rand a month. That's 600,000 a year. But you've done 3 years of us. 3 years. 4 years? 4 years, and we reckon you'll be on about 60 to 65,000 rand a month. 720,000 a year. There's not a lot of people earning 720,000 rand in South Africa. And it's pretty much beyond most of your aspirations. Most of you don't sit down and go, oh, if only I was earning 720,000 a year. Most of you are going, if I could get to 360,000 rand a year, life would be different. But we reckon 4 years with us and you can be there. 5 years, and we reckon, that's half a decade, guys, we reckon you could be on about 80 to 100,000 rand a month. That's R1 million a year. So in half a decade of persistent time, energy, thought, and determination, we reckon you could be in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. Now, there's 2 ways people respond to this. They go, no ways I'm waiting that long. It's too long. And I have this personal thing called the 90-day rule. 90-day rule is that we lose 90% of our people in the first 90 days. Okay? Why? Because they go, it's taking too long. 90 days is nothing. I mean, the last 6 months have just vanished. That's 180 days. And yet you will find 3 months from now you're going to come to me and say, Brendan, your business doesn't work. Your business doesn't work. And I'll say, but you haven't put time in yet. What's the catch? Time. You have to put time in to it. Years. This is 5 years of time. How many tens of thousands of hours in this room do you think have been wasted on employment? How many, you said, no, I'm not going to work 5 years. No? When you started your careers, if on that first day I walked up to you and said, would you do 5 years in your career? You would have laughed at me. You would have said, I'm going to do 35 years in my career. I've only just started. Why is that okay? For you to pour 35 years into something that will get you nowhere. 0.5% of employees will get somewhere. The other 99.5 will sit behind their desks, run that treadmill to the end. That's not marketing. That's the last 200 years. That's what it is. You know it. In your experience, you CEO yet? No. 10 years, 15, 20 years down? No. What a surprise. That's exactly what the math said would happen. That's exactly what the math said would happen. It's there. And yet I say spend 5 years with me and you go, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. I'm going to continue to spend my 40, 60, 80 hours a week in my dead-end job. We have to start changing, guys. We don't have time to think anymore. We don't. At the end of this presentation, some of you are going to say, you've given me lots to think about, Brendan. I must go away and research it. Guys, there's no time left. There is no time left. You could be next. Or you may waste the next 6 months that could have been spent building your backup plan. That's what we've got to be doing now. It is not a long time. 5 years from now, everything could be different for you. Everything. Never have to worry about your job again because everything's different for you. Now, This is maths. We can make it look any way you like, and some of you are probably thinking I've done that. That's not what we've done. But let's look at it on the ground. We've had enough time now. We've got people earning on every level at DuePoint. Hundreds of people across the country earning. Here's just a handful of them. The rest you can find on our YouTube channel, or a large percentage of them. Folks, Mike and Vilna, they're here. Kempton Park, Joburg. We're trying to get them out of there. Shame. They've been with us now. They've been with us now for about a year. A little bit over a year. And in a little bit over a year, they've built themselves a channel that's worth about 8,000 Rand a month. 12 months. My math said 9 to 10,000 in a year. They're on 8.5. Okay? 1,000. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. Every 3 months, doubling their numbers. Okay? 3 to 4 months, doubling their numbers. Next 4 months, that 8's going to be 16. 1 year. What does an extra 5 grand a month do for you? Just right now, forget about the 100,000. Yeah, we all want the 100,000, but that's a want. In South Africa, what does another 5 grand mean to the average person? Think about all the unemployed right now.
1 million house.
Exactly, 1 million Rand house. They're about 5 grand a month extra. That's there. That's what it's there, and this has been done by December last year. Lydia is with Johannesburg. She's here. I think I saw her here tonight. Otherwise, she's watching us live, I'm sure. Been here for 6 months. And in 6 months, she's created an asset of 10,000 Rand a month. Now, remember I said it would take 12 months to get to 9 to 10,000 Rand. That's half the time. Half the time. It's in your hands if you want to get there. That's in your hands. Because what we have done is we've put the tool in your hand. And we've said, this is not employment. This is the tool. Here's the machine. Get in and use it. And the more you use it, the more it puts out. The more time you spend, the more it puts out. That's the petrol. The petrol is time. You're going to have to spend time on it. Then we've got Roloff, also from Joburg. We've got all the Joburgites this month. We've got guys all over the country there. You can find them on YouTube. It's been with us since the 2nd of Feb. 25 grand a month. 1 year to what I said would take 2 years to get to. It's done in 1 year. 300,000 Rand a year. What does 300,000 Rand a year for you do right now? What does it do? Does it change things? Does life change? That's 12 months from now, May next year, that can be you. There will be, someone's face will be here next year. Someone's face. Guaranteed. Whether it's yours is up to you. That's completely up to you. I'm not going to stop. Guys, jump on our YouTube site. Go and watch the testimonies. We got loads of testimonies of guys earning a little bit. Guys earning a medium amount. Guys earning loads. Loads. We've got guys up in the 80 grands a month now. It can be you. But you are going to have to put your heads down and you're going to have to change the way you behave. Change the way you think. Change what you do in your day. Change your schedules. And this can be a reality for you as well. That's the first way we earn. The second way we earn is through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program, guys, is our training program. We know that half of you don't know how to do this. No problem. Through a step-by-step process, we help you grow from beginner to expert. And as you complete the steps, we give you XP points. XP points are a measure of your experience. That's all it is. It's not worth a single cent. Don't look at what Facebook says is nonsense. It is simply a measure of how experienced you are with us. That's what it is. And we have all sorts of things that you can do to get XP. I'm going to show you now why you're going to want it in a minute. You can do all sorts of things. One of the things, guys, for our wealth engineers that are currently around, we are doubling XP for watching live instead of coming here on a Saturday. Okay? So if you watch live, you've got your guests with you, and you watch us live from 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, we give you 500 XP, as opposed to coming here and getting your 250, which might actually drop away as well, coming quite soon. We want you guys out there in the country, connecting people. Not, huddled at the front door. I want you out there in the country, connecting people to DuPoint, and we'll double your XP for watching live with people on Saturday mornings. Okay, good to know. It starts this Saturday. Okay, guys, once you have earned the XP and started accumulating it through our training program, your channel naturally starts to grow. And as it grows and you meet the 2 criteria in our XP Rewards program, we start to reward you in addition to the returns we were talking about just now. This is in addition. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. You can get it very quickly. Very quickly, you can get the cash. Then, as you get a bit more experienced and your channel grows a bit more, we start to get a little bit more serious about the cash too, that you are rewarded with. Then we start to give you tools. Tools we know will accelerate the growth of your channel. The first one comes in at rank 5. You get an imported lightning memory stick from the US, plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa. It comes jam-packed with our presentations and tools and downloads. And you can be talking to someone 24/7 about DuePoint with this USB stick because it plugs in whether you've got an internet connection or not. At rank 7, we give you a set of business cards worth 12,500 Rand. They're imported, they're gold gilded, they're custom made for you. When you give somebody a business card from a set that's worth 12,500 Rand, they will listen to you. They will listen to you. They will give you 60 minutes. Go and see, we've got a few sets in our glass cabinet. Go and take a look. Go and see what a 12,500 Rand set of business cards looks like. You get it at rank 7. At rank 9. Now you can't get excited about rank 9. You guys are all rank 0. Why are you all like... I don't know what you're doing. No. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size with us at DuePoint, we take you and your family away every year for the rest of your lives. 5-star business class, 7 days. Every year for the rest of your life. You have to maintain your channel size. Yeah, if you drop and it falls away, you don't come. But if you maintain it, that's all, just maintain it. We take you every year, you and your family. It's crazy. I mean, look at it. This year we're going to Mauritius. Next year we go somewhere else. You know, we're on the move every year. And every year, all our rank 9s come with us. All of them. Not the first 5, not the 5 I like the most, not names out of a hand. Every rank 9. And is the qualification criteria the same for everybody? It's the same for everybody. The training program says, do this, get that. That's what every rank 9 will come away with us. This is where we're going this year in December with all of our rank 9s.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand on at the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
And so, will you be there? That's the question. Yeah, no, everybody's always like, Brendan, book my room, book my ticket, I'm coming. Nonsense, 90-day rule. This is rank 9. This is not rank 1 or rank 2, it's rank 9. You can come. We got enough time. It's June. We're going in December. You got enough time to make it, but you are going to have to commit. You're going to have to be very persistent. You are going to be able to handle frustration because you're going to be dealing with people. People are disappointing creatures. They will let you down in the most incredible ways. They will. They will let you down. And so you need to be able to push through and live through that and keep going and keep going and keep going. And if you do get to rank 9, I will book your room and you will be there. You will see that was not the caravan park. That was actual footage of the hotel we're going to. You're going to want to be there. And you can be there, but you will need to make that decision. Or tonight, you can list the reasons why you're not going to do this business. That's what you can do tonight. And again, I mainly talk to the people of my pigmentation because they know better. It's odd that I'm standing on the stage, you know. That's why you've got to break through. It's this breakthrough of faith. Guys, you've got to get rid of the excuses. We need the backup plan. And when the backup plan, we pockmark the journey you will go through with these wonderful things in our XP Rewards program to keep you going. At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented to you. You don't finance it through us. We don't give it to you and take it away. It's yours, and it's yours forever. Rob always says it's the best car on earth. It's a fully paid up and free. Okay? That's the car that you get as a rank 11. Some people have said to me it's impossible or improbable that anyone will make rank 11. Well, they need to go and talk to the rank 11s and ask them how they did it. Okay? We already got people through all of this. This is not new. It can just be yours if you put your head down and go for it. Every month, folks, we run wealth quests. Where is Rob? I've got to fire someone. Rob is getting fired tonight. Rob, I know you can hear me. Go pack your bags. Okay, every month we run a wealth quest. It's different every month, and it is not this one. Every month it's different, and they change from the first to the last day of every month. And every month has different criteria, and they are designed to build solid bases into your channel. So if you even rank now, you can get excited about them. You can do it. They're designed to work in the month, and they're designed to equip you with the tools that you're going to need. Okay, the tools you need to build your channels with us. Some months it's an iPad, other months iPhones, data, Wi-Fi routers, TVs like it was for May. It's big smart TVs. Every month is different. Now this month we're running You're in the Army Now wealth quest. Just ignore the slide. And what it says is you need to rank up. If you can rank up in our training program, okay, rank 0 to 2, you've got to rank up twice. Rank 3 and above, you've got to rank up once. If you can do that this month, we will give you 6 months of data with Always On. Remember, we bring Always On. Wealth engineers are coming on. They're going to give you 6 months of data, 10 gigs a month of data. So we talk about being online, live streaming. All you've got to do this month is rank up in the training program, and you will get 6 months of Always On public Wi-Fi data. It's there with them. Guys, it's out there for you to get. Next month will be something different. Last month was smart TVs. We've got 5 people that I know of already that are getting smart TVs from last month's wealth quest. Just 5, but it's the first day. You can get this stuff. It's out there. It's available for you, and it's part of our training program here at DuPoint. So people say to me, where does the money come from? I've done the maths. It's this, that, and the next thing. These things come and go because I get the maths wrong and all of that. Okay, fair enough. There have been some funnies that have come and gone. But it is very simple what we have done at DuPoint. In the traditional space, which is where I come from, what we do is we advertise to you on billboards, TV adverts, radio adverts, SMS campaigns, bathroom campaigns, taxi campaigns. Anywhere and everywhere we can put an advert, we put an advert for you. Costs us hundreds of millions. Anybody involved in the advertising space will tell you how expensive it is to advertise. Hundreds of millions. Last year, the industry spent over $1 billion just on advertising. Nobody ever asks, where does the money come from there? Well, it's very simple. What we do is we reverse engineer that cost into the price of your product. Every product that you pay in the financial services industry has 30 to 50% next month's marketing cost built into it. Your funeral cover, your car cover, your banking fees. It's next month's marketing that you're paying for in those products. Now, we've done exactly the same thing here, except we've eliminated the actual advertising. We don't do any advertising at DuPoint. None. You will never see us on TV. Never. Not on the radios, not SMSing. No. You will not find us because we use you. You penetrate the market for us. So all the money that we would have paid normally through the normal classical traditional way to SABC, DSTV, the billboard companies, we now have available to pay to you and your channel. It's really simple. I can talk about the fractal mathematics with the guys that want to get a bit more intense, but we'll do that afterwards, okay? But the simple process is that you were paying for marketing that was going to SABC, DSTV before. Now that money is coming to you and your channel. Simply how it works. Folks, there's 3 products that we at DuePoint sell. Me, not you. Okay? First one is our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan costs 299 Rand a month, and what it does is that it opens a tax-free investment account for you. Once you've got that tax-free account open, we take 100 Rand of the 299 and we put it in the tax-free investment account for you. It is a tax-free, non-restriction, no duration period to maturity investment account. You get the money immediately. It is immediately available for you. Now, I don't want you to withdraw it out. I'm trying to build assets here, backup plans, but you can and have immediate access to that money. So the real cost of this product is only 199 Rand a month. And for that, you get another 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. And as a product owner at DuePoint, you get to be a wealth engineer, no additional charge. Wealth Guard is our second product. It's 274 Rand a month. And for 274 Rand a month, we give you 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods. First payment, you undercover. No maximum age limits. It does not expire at age 65 or 75. It's there until your last breath. No medical examinations or declarations. And then our third product, my favorite, Wealth Points, our non-insurance, non-financial product. For 274 Rand a month, you get to be part of our buyers club. We as a corporate go out and we go and negotiate rates and vouchers and prices and account managers as a corporate. We get way better stuff than you get, way better. And you get access to those discounts and prices to a string of suppliers that we have across the economy for just 274 Rand a month. A lot of our wealth engineers have said it. I go shop once and I've already paid for my 274 Rand with the discount that I've got. It's fantastic. We've got Eagle Ford, Checkers. We've got all sorts of, takealot.com, Hershey's. We've got everything from gym training to entertainment, to all in 274 a month. And you get all the discounts and account management vouchers that we've got. Any one of those products, and you're a wealth engineer. And as a wealth engineer, you get the entire team here, no cost. You can book us anytime. Anytime, anywhere in the country. We either live stream to you, private live stream to you, or we sit with you and we work with you, strategize, goal set, train your teams, motivate. We're here and available for you. You get all these facilities. No cost. You can use them anytime, Monday to Saturday during business hours. Presentation rooms, boardrooms, breakaway rooms, free Wi-Fi, tea and coffee. It's yours to build your channel with. It's available to you. You get all of our state-of-the-art technology at no cost. We do the administration, and you build a nationwide channel because we're live streaming everything. Anywhere, anytime. We've got huge channels in KZN, Eastern Cape, Western Cape, Uppington, all building because everything is online at DuePoint and everything is live. You get to see us in living color every day live and it costs you nothing. It costs you nothing. So folks, it's decision time. You made it. Well, I made it actually. I should be collapsing by now. I don't want to hear anyone this evening talking to their wealth engineers after this, giving them excuses. I'm saying that with a deadpan face. This is not a marketing ploy. We don't have alternatives anymore in South Africa. We don't. Read the newspaper. Don't come and give me the business will close down. We're 65 years old. We're not going anywhere. Okay? I don't like selling. Well, you're not selling. If you do, I fire you. But you're not an employee of mine. I don't want to hear that you don't have time. Nobody's got time. I don't want to hear it. No, but I don't like your products. It's not about the products. What are we doing at DuePoint? Creating recurring, reliable, lifetime income. You don't like money? I've had a couple of my big guys say to me, there's a lot of people out there that don't like money. We cannot use excuses anymore. It's decision time, and it's decision time tonight. There is nothing more to research about DuePoint. You can go and look through our website. You're going to be very disappointed. I told you it all. That's why it took so long. Because I told it all to you tonight. You can go get a full product document on our website, a full code of conduct. Go for it. You can get that right outside you on any of our iPads. Go and look at it. It'll be right there printed before you've even clicked apply. We cannot continue to make excuses. We don't have time anymore. The boat is sinking. It's now time to start rebuilding South Africa. And we've got to build it as individuals. No one's coming to our rescue. That's what we've got to do tonight. If you want to become a wealth engineer, it's very simple. Use your iPad, your smartphone, or our iPads outside. Hook up into our Wi-Fi. It's free, like everything else. 5 minutes after you've clicked the apply button, you're a wealth engineer. We will SMS you a W number. That is your asset. That is your asset, the W number. And it can be completely worthless. You can do nothing with it from tomorrow onwards. It'll have cost you nothing. You can tell your parents, don't worry, the pyramid scheme, I've left it, and the W number will never cost you any money, okay? Or you can make it magnificent. And that is what we're hoping for. I want, and our team wants, people to start aspiring again. In South Africa, we don't aspire. We don't dream, we don't hope, because it's all been taken away from us. No matter what end of the spectrum you're on, for the last 200 years, South Africa's made sure everybody's had their aspiration taken away. It is appalling the way we treat our citizens. And it's time we change that. We want people aspiring again. 5 minutes tonight, and you can start getting into a machine that you can change your future with. Folks, we have the tools for you. This is not a profit center. I'm not going to peddle goods. These are tools that we know work. You can pick them up at the reception, buy them there, or you can order them at info@dupoint.net if you're out of town, and we'll send them to you. Guys, the USB stick, $150. Remember, it's one of the 4 ways to get people in contact with us. Get one. The business cards, hugely, hugely powerful. That's why we give away 12,500 rand set away. Not because we want it to be glitzy, because they work. Go and get yourself. This is not 12,500 rand. It's affordable. Go get yourself a set of 500 business cards. We've got power blocks. I get it constantly. My phone's dying, and I'm trying to fill this guy's form out. Get a power block. Don't get the Fong Kong nonsense. Get a real one, and get one with DuePoint written on it, so that when people say, hey, you're charging with a DuePoint power bank, who's DuePoint? You can start the conversation. The tools are there, all and more. Go and get them before you leave tonight. They're very useful in starting the conversation. If you become a wealth engineer this evening, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You want that. The moment we go live, the moment we upload videos onto our YouTube channel, your phone will ping. You want to be using the tool. It's very powerful, 24/7. You're in touch and able to present the DuePoint opportunity to people. You want to get our app. It's free. Download it while you're here on our Wi-Fi. It plugs you into your channel in real time. Everything about our business is state of the art. Everything about our business is 21st century. You're in your channel. You are into the heart of DuePoint through your app in real time, 24/7. It's got all of your personal details and product documents and codes of conducts and everything on it. It's got all of your training for your XP Rewards program and more on it. And it's got all of your channel details and all the tools you need. It's all in the app. Get it free. Download it here this evening. Start getting out there and changing. Guys, we are serious about what you're doing. You can see I'm serious about what I'm doing. Not many companies where the CEO stands on the stage and begs the populace to come to their senses. There's not a lot of companies that do that. I am here to do that. We have to start changing this country. If today was not another reminder, how many more do we need? And we cannot do it with spades anymore. We cannot. Employment is not coming to the rescue. Those that are in charge are making sure of it. We're going to have to do it ourselves. And if you've got questions or concerns, we have the answer. We do. We have researched every aspect of this business and spent thousands of hours putting it together. Come and ask us. Come and ask us. Ask the person who brought you tonight. Get the answers. And let's start changing our futures. Let's do that tonight. No excuses. I don't want to hear it. And I'm going to stand at the door. No one's allowed out. No one. I want to know what their excuse is. And if they are my pigmentation, they better be ready to debate. I was the chairman of the Rhetoric Society. You're going to have a long night. So it'll be just easier if you sign up. We're serious. We've got to start making changes. We want you on board. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'll see you outside. And thanks for all you watching around the country tonight, guys. Cheers.